Hey everyone, gonna make a little adjustment here. Getting ready to go live as I usually do every Wednesday at 9. Um, we'll wait for a little while for people to show up maybe. As you can see, the camera's moving. I can never get it figured out here. I'm telling you. It drifts for some reason. I don't know why. See how it's drifting to the side there? Maybe trying to center it. I don't know. Let's try turning this. We'll see how that works. Maybe, maybe not. Anyways, we're gonna schedule it for every day at 9 on Wednesday. I don't know if that schedule is gonna hold because when I go to Tahoe, I have no idea what my schedule is gonna be or days off. I might have to change the day, but currently it's Hump Day happenings. So we're gonna wait a few minutes till 9. I don't know what time it is right now. Excuse my finger. It is 8:57, and someone decided to go chainsawing outside. We're currently in the trailer, so we're just gonna kind of hang out with this green wood I got, and smells nice in here with the wood. And I see somebody's come on board to watch, so hello, whoever you are. I'll wait for a few minutes till 9 o'clock, and then we'll talk to whoever it is, one or more people. Just depends. Last minute thought, when I used a gimbal, and last minute thought I thought I would plug it in to charge it. And of course I couldn't find my charger. I couldn't find the case for the gimbal. So I've misplaced it somewhere. I have no idea. So currently, I looked at the connection, and I think it's USB Mini. I think that's what they call it, or a B. I might have that wrong. And I remember my GoPro has a similar connection, so I went and grabbed that and plugged it in, and it's working. So right now, I've got it plugged in. I didn't know if it would work plugged in while it's plugged in and charging, but apparently it does. So that's what we're doing right now. And it's raining. I'll keep an eye on the door to see if any water starts getting on the inside of it. Currently, just lost my train of thought. I hate when that happens. Yeah, blah blah blah. But I lost a case, and I didn't lose. I misplaced it, so I don't know where it is. So I'll have to look around more and find it. But yeah, oh yeah, so currently I'm using the gimbal without the software. I cannot use like YouTube Live or whatever when I'm running the software on the, well, I can, but the software doesn't work when I'm using another thing. So if I'm just using the camera to record a video, then the software works. If I'm in another application, such as YouTube, then it won't work. So I just kind of manually set it and let it do its thing. Seems to be working okay, but if you saw from the beginning, you saw how it was drifting off to the side. I think it was just trying to center itself. In fact, I'm pretty sure it's right dead center with the controls. And there goes the crow. So anyways, we're currently in the trailer. It's still under construction. I think it's close enough to 9. Yep, it's 9 o'clock now. So anyways, Hump Day happening. It's gonna have some coffee chat if anybody wants to chat. Again, I'll try to do this every day at 9. Next Wednesday, I may or may not do it. I should be able to do it. Had an update. I'm going to be actually starting up in Tahoe on the 11th, so I'm going to have to get out of here before then. I think I'll still be able to do this on Wednesday, but hey, who knows? Maybe I'll just turn it on as I'm driving. Maybe we can do that. That'll be kind of hard to read the comments as we're going along, but so far there's none. And you ever notice when it's nice and quiet and you're gonna video something or whatever, and then as soon as you start doing it, all this noise happens. Chainsaw, crow, all that stuff. But anyways, we're currently in the trailer. let's see, what have I done? I've got the, of course, all lumber's on it. I've got the dinette seats. That's what I'm sitting on right now, built, complete with the back. So, problem is, all this lumber's on it, and you can't see it. You have to wait for a video, I guess. But I'm just sitting here with the lumber. I don't know if you can see it or not. See, so there's some of the lumber that I got in here. I'm sitting on the dinettes, right? The folding dinettes, but they're currently, I mean, they're complete. They're just not. Hold on a second here. They're just not completely finished. Cut my head off a little bit. So I got those completed. I haven't screwed them to the floor. I want to keep them mobile for a little while. Keep going out of frame. I want to keep them mobile for a little while so I can move them around as needed. I'm not sure of the spacing yet that I'm going to do. Let's see what else. The next project is building the frame for the Murphy bed. And what I've decided to do, I'm building it out of 2x6, and some people might say, oh, that's too heavy. Yeah, it might be, but it's going to be durable. And so the way I'm going to mount it is using pipe fittings. So I'm going to use a flange, then I'm going to use a nipple, and the nipple is going to go, for those of you who don't know, small sections of pipe that connect other pipe together, or into the pipe to connect like a faucet or whatever. They use a thing called a nipple. Usually it's threaded on both sides that you can connect. So I see Speedy's messaging me on a text message. Apparently he's not watching me live. Anyway, there's going to be a 2-inch nipple, and it's basically just going to be enough to go into the wood, and then the bed frame can pivot on it. That's what I'm going to use. I'm going to use one on each end, then pivot on there. Now, in closer examination, now I got some green wood, and I would have preferred not getting the green wood, the 2x6s, but it was cheap, and hopefully I can assemble it and get it nice and stiff, and it'll be square, and hopefully it'll stay square and it won't warp on me. But anyways, all told, between that and the 1/2-inch plywood and all that stuff and the mattress and everything, it's probably going to be about 100 pounds, the bed. Now, I didn't take that into account when I bought the shocks. I bought a couple gas shocks, and they're 22 pounds each. So only a total lifting of 44 pounds. Now, I don't need it to lift the whole thing, but that leaves a deficit of 60 pounds. So I'm going to have to hoist that puppy up every day, 60 pounds, and lower it down. I'm going to mount them on there and see how it does. But if I don't like it, I'm going to have to get some other shocks. But time is of the essence. Unless I can get an Amazon Prime next day, which, you know, I should be able to. They should be, I want to say they should be at least 30 or 40 pounds each on the lifting. I don't need to lift the whole thing, you know, all the weight. I don't need the shocks to lift the whole weight, but I would like it to assist most of that. And of course, you don't want that to be too heavy, meaning too much lifting power, because you could be there in bed and all of a sudden, boop, up in the wall. Yeah, so don't need that. Yeah, so that's the next project that is taking place. Got a couple things in the mail that I ordered. One's my 30 amp shore power. I've still got to get a circuit breaker box, and I've got to get some receptacles. Pretty much decided I'm going to wire one circuit for general purpose. That's going to be what the fridge is on, both fridges, the microwave, the eventual microwave, and a power strip for whatever I want to plug in. and then another one's going to be a separate circuit for the AC. With the thought that eventually I'm going to get AC, and the thought is that I'm only going to run that AC off of either, like in Tahoe, when I'm plugged in, or off the generator. If I get a second battery, I can do some tests, and maybe I can run it off the inverter. Doesn't draw a whole lot of power, but just the fact that it draws enough power that, you know, I might only be able to get a couple hours of use out of it off the batteries. And here's the thing, yeah, if the batteries will do that, but then is it going to have enough power to replenish for the nighttime? That's the only thing. So, man, here comes the helicopter. And here comes a lot of traffic and everything. Just can't win. Here it comes. Anyways, so that's kind of the things I have. So I have those. I have a 25-foot shore power cord, and people think, oh my gosh, why so long? Well, actually, it should probably have longer. I don't know what the situation is at the campsite that I'm at. I know it has 30 amp, but I don't know how far I will be from it because I'm going to be sharing the site with somebody. So if I'm right next to it, then fine, but I'd rather be in the back. So that puts me a little bit distance. And you figure most of those spaces are equipped to take a 40-foot motorhome. So yeah, so it might be a little bit of ways from the plug-in. So I just want to be sure. And I gotta figure out a way. I know that people say transfer switch. I don't really want to spend $100 on a transfer switch. I can just unplug or plug in. So I'm still trying to think of how I'm going to do that. You know, running an inverter on the circuit versus plugged in. What I might do, and I have to do some research on it, but I might make a double male extension cord, short extension cord, thick though, to handle the voltage. Might make 2 of them, and then I'll just have outlets sort of by where the power comes in from the junction box. That way I can plug both of those cords in there and power the circuits off of my inverter. Again, I'll have to do the research. I don't know if that would be too much resistance and trip something, so, or if it get too hot, maybe. So I'll have to do my research on that. Let's see, you got those. Oh, and then I have a wood stove coming. So originally I was going to do New Way wood stove. There's New Way products. They're out of, I believe it's Minnesota. And what they do is they make stoves for ice shanties. And most of their products is propane stoves. Propane, you know, gas-fired wood stoves. That doesn't make sense. But they're vented and everything. They have a stovepipe. And then they make one product, which is a wood stove. The problem is, the price was right on it. It was like $119 off of eBay, but then you had to buy, and that was free shipping. But then you had to buy the stovepipe kit, which is fine, except the stovepipe kit's $69, which isn't the issue. The issue is they charge $55 for shipping. I'm like, really? So I kind of balked at that. And what I ended up going with is a HQ wood stove. You guys can look it up if you want. It's something that's sold by Harbor Freight, or not Harbor Freight, Sportsman's Guide, but it's also sold on Amazon and a few other places. And it's pretty hefty. It's 47 pounds. Hey John, how you doing? Thanks for saying hi. Appreciate it. Anyways, the wood stove is 47 pounds, but it does come complete with the stovepipe and everything. So then I ordered a high temp silicone gasket. What do they call that? Flange for going up out of the roof. It's adjustable. You know, you can make it from all these different sizes. And I got the one that basically will, you know, adapt for my 3-inch pipe. So that's what I'm going to have on that. And then I got to get a few products to install it in here. I have an idea of where I'm going to mount it. I'm going to have an access door for a what you call it, a wood bin, so to speak. Um, I can load that from my back doors. So I just put the wood in there, and then when the doors are closed up, I'll have a door inside that I can just pull the wood from. That way I don't have to track the wood and drop, stuff all over the place inside the trailer. So as far as I know, that's as far as I'm gonna go. I got some other things I'd like to do, but I'm not sure that I am going to have enough time. I'd like to get my shelving in, but that's not happening either. So I see someone keeps popping on and off. I don't know if that's you, John, or not, but anyway, someone keeps popping on and off. So that's pretty much the updates on the stuff that I got going on. I have a few more ideas. It's always evolving, but I'm just gonna have to finish the work up in tile. That's all there is to it. Now, hopefully, in my position up there, it's not going to be as busy as it's not going to be as busy as being the camp host before. So, I mean, I'll have my regular hours, and other than unless an emergency comes up, my off time should be my off time. So I should have plenty of time to get the work done. On the downside, you could be sitting there working, and all of a sudden here comes the bears in the camp, right? So that may or may not be an issue. I don't know. My guy up there right now, Speedy, he basically says that the bears are awake and hungry. But from what I've heard, that they're take a break. Okay, John, I appreciate it. Keep safe out there. Thanks for stopping by and saying hi. Coffee's already gone. So anyways, he says that they've been out and about all winter. So I think he was just trying to scare me. Anyways, I told him that Iris is ready. So Iris is my dog, for those that don't know. And yeah, she will. I'm thinking that she would attack a bear, or at least try, at least once. So I'm going to have to watch that. So other than that, and I wanted to thank my new subscribers. Now this is terrible. I think it's Traveling with the Jays. I could be mistaken, but I think it's Traveling with the Jays. And basically, they're a young family. They got kids and everything, and they're selling their house, and they are going to travel the world. So, yeah, it should be exciting for them. So, and if I got that wrong, I apologize. I just, it's me. You get to know me, you'll find out. I did do recently the video on the fridges, and the Alpicool fridges, and I gonna have those in here this time. I'm gonna run them off electricity though, since I'm plugged in, and I'm gonna have one as a fridge and one as a freezer. So let's see, 18 minutes. Let's try to milk this for 30 minutes, I guess, and see if anybody else comes on, and then we're gonna get to work. I've been working and dancing between the raindrops. It seems like I no sooner get the stuff out on the sawhorses and the wood and everything and start working, the rain comes. Now I gotta put it all away again. So before I start working this time, I think I'm gonna go set it up in the garage to make it to where I can move everything in there if it starts raining. Because you no sooner get momentum, and then you got to put everything away, and that's no fun. Plus it gets wet and all that stuff. So one of my new tools that I got, it wasn't very expensive, which I was happy about, was a router. And I got a corded one though. I could have got a cordless one. Problem is, if I got a cordless one, it would have been a Ryobi to match my batteries, but it was going to be 74 bucks plus $21 for the a 4-bit kit. I guess 4 standard, bits that get used all the time. And so, that's right up there at $100. But I got this one for, it was on sale. It's a corded, it's a Ryobi for $67 at Home Depot. So I can live with the cord. I mean, I'm not going to do a whole bunch of routing, even up there, but the work I am going to do, I'm either doing here or I'm doing it up in Tahoe for the most part. So I think I'm going to just live with the cord, right? I mean, you know, I can do that. That's fine. I thought about having I thought about having a Q&A on here. I forgot that I started this new channel and I didn't have any Q&A. One of the questions for anybody who might ask is, do I smoke? Yep, obviously I do. It's a bad habit. Yep, I'm not denying that at all. Maybe I'll quit one of these days, but for now, I do it. So, that's just the facts, you know? Anyways, so maybe one of these times I can do a Q&A. It'll probably have to be in Tahoe, but, you know, I'll announce it ahead of time and I'll give the ability for people to send in their questions. See, other things I gotta do in here, I gotta run electrical. I gotta not only the 110, but I gotta run some 12 volt. I need a light in here. I've never had a light in here yet. I have a light somewhere. Then I have an exterior light to put out there. And I've got a switch panel to put in here. And let's see what else. I might as well, while I'm at it, run 12 volt in the back by the sleeping area, just so I can have somewhere to maybe charge my phone and run an accessory or something like that. But then there's the wood stove installation. Now I'm going to have to install that. It's only a 3-inch pipe. I'm still trying to figure out how I'm going to run the pipe through the thing, because I can't have it next to the phone. I'm going to run it up in the back. I can't have the wood stove pipe next to the phone because it'll melt. So I'm going to have to put a buffer in there, probably with some fiberglass insulation, just as a buffer to insulate it. So I'm still figuring out how to do that. Maybe I'll just install it really quick and then finish it up once I get in the Tahoe, see how hot it's getting. I'm going to have to put up some barriers to keep the heat from, you know, getting on the walls or whatever. So yeah, I mean, I got quite a bit of projects to do. And then, in addition to that, I have to get all my stuff ready to pack. Clothes, toiletries, bins, all that stuff. So yeah, it's never ending. I do plan to put some windows in here. It's just going to have to wait. So I have a few ideas. I'm going to probably go with the port light idea. And if you don't know what a port light is, you can look it up, but basically it's windows for boats. They come in round, they come in oval, and they're really stout windows designed to go against the weather and the sea. And the only reason I'm getting that, because I'm kind of going with a nautical theme on this. You know, trailers are kind of like boats, right? So I'm leaning towards, not for sure, but I'm leaning towards a round one in the door, just to be able to look out at who's at the door, and then an oval one for over the counter, where the fridge is and everything like that. And then I'm thinking, because the bed's going to be up here, fold it up during the day, and then fold it down at night. But I'm thinking to have one kind of mid-level. It'll be hidden by the bed during the day, which some might say, well, that's no good, you can't look at it. Yeah, but I can see out it at night if I need to. So that's kind of the thinking on that. Otherwise, I don't have really a good viable place to put another window. And maybe I'll only do the two. Maybe I just won't look at that side. I mean, I don't know. Don't know yet. The place where I wanted to put the air conditioner was back in that door behind me, the second door that you would open up. But I think the bed folding down will interfere with it. I wanted to put it on a slider, so it's inside when you're not using it, slid back when you are using it. So and I still might, what I might still do is they have these air conditioner units that you can, you know, they're portable, they're on casters or whatever inside, and you just need to run a vent, duct it out for the heat. And I might do it that way. I might do one of those units. They draw more power than the 5,000 BTU wall AC, but that's the way it goes. I'm just kind of looking over some things right now in here, see what I might do. But so those are the ideas. That's what I'm kind of planning to get done here. Yeah, it's just so much to do, but I got to get the basics and go from there. Well, I see my buddy Speedy keeps messaging me about stuff, so I will get off of here in a moment and go see what he is talking about. Who knows? Could be anything. And I've got a few things to improve upon. Eventually, I want to get these blocks taken off the door and kind of block up the holes that the bolts had in them. But then I need somewhere to put my hook to secure the door. So I don't know. I'll figure it out. Or maybe I'll make short bolts. Eventually, I want to put a screen on the inside here for the doorway. One of those magnetic screens. So that's one of my thoughts. But it's just a transition. I do have a magnetic screen. I did try it for a little while. Those blocks interfered with it when the door was closed. So it's just, yeah, it's just getting used to it and adapting to it. Again, I just really haven't built anything that great in here. So I don't know. Little progress. I did make the mention in one of my videos that the trailer is not square in a 3-foot run, and that was only like the 3 foot, so I didn't have anything else to measure, but it deviated by 1/4 inch and 3 feet. So I don't know if that's the whole length of the trailer or not. I do know when I was measuring between the joists, they'd be anywhere from side to side, 23 to 22 and 3/4, no, 22 and probably 7/8 to 23 and a half, and everywhere in between. So there was, yeah, there's no uniformity to it. I figured they'd have these things set up, made on jigs, and they'd be, at least the framing would be dead accurate, but apparently not. So anyways, that's kind of what I've discovered with this trailer. And it was a cheap trailer. I mean, could I have saved up some more money and bought a higher quality trailer? Yeah, I could have, but then I would have had to wait longer. So, and this same trailer I got for $2,500 in Nevada. At that time, it was selling for $2,900 in California. The same exact trailer. So there was a big savings there too for me. But I'm making it work. I'm doing such a good job in insulation. I'm even getting some on myself. So that's the way that goes. All right, well, we're gonna get out of here, unpack all this stuff, and start getting to work and see if we can make it a great day. I don't think I'll have my bed in by today, but I'll make a big stab towards it. So I only have about 8 working days until I've got to leave, because today's the 3rd, right? And I probably have to, I don't know, see what he says, but I'll probably have to leave the 10th. So yeah, it's getting down to the wire. So all right, everybody, whoever watches, thank you for watching. If you'd like to see more, please subscribe and share if you'd like. Feel free to comment. And as I always say,